Good morning, Mom. It's Mother's Day, and I wanted to make this video to show you the top 11 ways that I'm glad you're my mom. Why top 11? Because I like to go one step beyond. Number 11, food. In today's America, many of us teach seriously lousy food choices to the next generation, sometimes out of financial necessity, but often out of sheer slug-brained apathy. Mom, not only did you rise magnificently above this scary, scary trend, you gave me the opportunity to do the same for myself. For those of you who don't know, my mom is a fantastic cook, and she's always looking for ways to make herself more fantastic. And soon all three of us kids were foodies in training, and we still are to this day. Mom, whenever someone compliments my cooking, I tell them what you told me, that people who love to eat ought to learn to love to cook. It's as simple as that. And I'm glad you gave me the chance to spread that love around. You're in the kitchen with me whether I'm making coffee alone or dinner for a crowd, and that alone is worth a card. Number 10, liberal sensibilities. In times like this, I am really glad to have been raised in a liberal household. Sometimes I scare myself when I think about my creativity and intelligence being turned to serve the forces of repression, hate, and uncompromising greed. It could have happened. You brought me to the Town Planning and Zoning Commission meetings as a tiny tot, and you helped keep big box stores out of our town. So who knows how many small businesses owe you their livelihoods because of that. You brought me Ranger Rick magazine and took me hiking, shaping my environmental consciousness. You also helped me have compassion for those less fortunate and helped me draw my attention to inspiring struggles like civil rights movements, women's movement. And you help my brother and sister and me broaden our cultural perspectives and keep our minds open, too. I know that my stance on many issues has been more extreme than yours, and I'm sorry it's caused tension between us, but I'm also thankful that you helped me grow into a cosmopolitan in the classical sense, a citizen of the cosmos, and that too is worth a card. Number 9, gentleness. To anyone who thinks that timeouts and loss of privileges do not constitute effective discipline for kids, I say BS! Mom, because you never had to resort to physical violence to let me know I was getting out of line, I learned very early that might doesn't make right and that authority needs better justification than I told you so. Even beyond that, you had very little tolerance for violence of any kind, so even things like Power Rangers, Nerf guns, or water pistols had no place in our house. And though I resented it at the time, it did help me later in life when I began to question the necessity of real-life violence and war. Would I be a brash, brawling war hawk if I had been allowed toy weapons or disciplined harshly as a kid? I have no idea, but I value my gentleness, and I'm glad you put such a premium on it when I was a kid. Definitely worth a card. Number 8. The rest of the family. Hoo boy. Mom, I owe you big time for marrying perhaps the silliest man of his generation, my father, and for staying with him all this time. I also owe you big time for having and raising my brother and sister to be awesome in their own right. Now, if the Tibetan Book of the Dead is correct, and you can in fact choose your parents, you did a pretty awesome job of that too. And Nana, whether or not Mom chose you, you did an awesome job as a mom to my mom before she was a mom to me. Some of my very best memories of growing up are from time spent with Nana and the various cousins, swimming in the summer, playing in the snow in the winter, putting on plays in the basement. I'm sure the videotapes are somewhere. And let's not forget the Mrs. Weasley caliber sweaters that kept each of us cousins warm. Did I really just make a Harry Potter reference? Nerd jokes, nerd jokes, nerd jokes. Anyway, number 7, public television. Growing up, I was constantly jealous of kids who grew up with cable TV. Granted, we got it when I was in 3rd grade, so that Nana could watch her shows while you and Dad were in France. But up to that point, it had been public television and very little else for us. And looking back, it was awesome. We had shows like Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and Wishbone, which, you know, any sufficiently nerdy child of the 90s will instantly just sort of flip out reminiscing about. Looking back, I remember being very loudly skeptical about your objection to television violence, and other disagreeable content that I would be exposed to with cable, but nowadays I can't help but wonder if I would be as much a book lover, as much a science nerd, or a connoisseur of the Muppets as I am, without all that concern over my early media diet. What's more, public television taught me early that learning is fun, the world is generally fascinating, and being knowledgeable and well-read are a lot cooler than all the green slime on Nickelodeon. Entirely worth a card. Number 6, singing. I was bred to sing! Thank you very much. Some days I wonder if my birth was due to some kind of top-secret musical selective breeding program to create super singers. I mean, you and Dad met through song at Cornell, you sang all through your courtship, I imagine, and when I was a baby, one of the only things that could reliably relax my klaxon-like shrieking was, I'm told, singing. From my infancy, you plied me with a multicultural musical mélange and took me to concerts, including the Falcon Ridge Folk Festival, hell yeah! And, which I still love. And when, to the surprise of absolutely no one, I got into music and later musical theater, you not only put up with it, you jumped in with both feet! In addition, singing is like a huge artillery unit in the ongoing war against depression that I'm fighting, and for introducing me to it, you deserve so many cards. All the cards. Number 5. Patience. Mom, I was a trying kid. I'm a trying sort of grown-up type thing, whatever the hell I am these days. You know, sometimes I drop off the radar for days at a time, but, you know, hell if I know where you got the patience to deal with my younger self. You know way better than I do all of the things that I did that you had to put up with. But here are some highlights for those who may not be so familiar. Ahem. Singing. All times, all places. You know, I'm very thankful, as you saw before, for my introduction to song, but it wasn't all good. You may have created something of a monster. My love of song was such that you and Dad had to erect some rules, like no singing at the dinner table, in order to get yourselves some peace and quiet now and then. Insane levels of curiosity. Believe you me, I was that kid who constantly needed to know who, what, where, when, whither, whether, whence, and wherefore, how, and of course why. Veggies. Like so many little beasties out there, I did not want to eat them. But seriously, you were playing the long end game there, Mom. Your motto was, and is to this day, you can try 'em when you're ready. And I must say, touche. You got me. Number 5, Harry Potter. I did not quite appreciate what I was getting into the day that I headed off to go camping with Dad and my brother in the Adirondacks. You had given each of us boys a book that morning, and I admit, on first glance, I wished that I had gotten Captain Underpants instead. You had told me that the textbook-sized tome you gave me was really big over in England, and that I should give it a try. So I did. All these years later, I still love it. I grew up alongside Harry Potter, learning his lessons about friendship, sacrifice, self-mastery, and love right alongside him, and every time I reread them, I find new dimensions in the prose, in the world of the book, and in the characters. Now, when I feel glum, they make me happy time and time again, and when I feel cynical, they remind me of the rewards for fighting what you know to be good. When I feel dull, they inspire me. For introducing me not merely to literature in general, but to a series that I plan to enjoy for the rest of my days. You deserve more cards than you've ever seen. Number 3, sacrifices. No matter how mighty my math, I will never be able to calculate everything you gave up to have me and to raise me. When I think about how massively unprepared I am to be a parent, not that there's any danger of that, you know, at the present moment, I become so grateful that you and Dad, you know, you did your homework, you faced the challenges, including the aforementioned klaxon-like wailing, in order to welcome the good, like watching me learn to walk and talk and leave phone messages. Rubber bands. I would like some rubber bands. to keep my hat on in the wind. Really, the only thing that I can think of to justify sacrifice at this scale is to remember that raising me and my brother and sister was and is a labor of love. I mean, I do my best to pay that love back, but really I'm just scratching the surface here. I'm still looking for that fountain of unconditional love inside me that all successful parents and all truly successful people can learn to tap. And for giving me such an amazing example of that firsthand in the real world, you deserve way more than cards. Number 2, existence. Hey, I feel a song coming on! I love the blue sky, I love the library, I love the mountains, and fresh brewed coffee. I love existence, with all its ups and downs. Thanks for giving birth to me, you know what it is worth to me. Thanks for giving birth to me, you know what it was worth to me. I love my good friends, I love the kitties, I love the farmland and funky cities. I love existing in this wacky universe. Thanks for giving birth to me, you know what it was worth to me. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada. I love the potlucks, I love the stars above. I love singing silly songs with people that I love. I love existence, what an amazing gift. Thanks for giving birth to me, you know what it was worth to me. Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada. Thanks for giving birth to me, you know what it was worth to me, yeah. And number 1, encouragement. Like I said, if you'll excuse the metaphor, I'm at war. I'm at war with the little man inside me who says, you're nothing. Stop trying. Stop pretending. You're so pretentious. You'll only disappoint yourself. You're deluded. Why bother? I have yet to meet anyone involved in creative work who hasn't met that character. We all hate him and wish he would go away, but we all also secretly fear that he's right. Mom, the times that I appreciate you most are when I'm too beaten down, too tired, too frazzled, too overwrought to defy that little man any further, and that's when you charge into the fray shouting, I believe in you! Now, I sometimes have trouble asking for your support these days. I guess I'm afraid that I've broken down too many times, or like I've reached some kind of quota. You know, I lean on you too much. But that's just me forgetting that parenting, just like anything creative, is a labor of love. A labor of unconditional love. Knowing that as long as you're alive, you'll be in my corner is still a total mind-blower after all these years, and no card or series of cards or YouTube videos or plays or musicals could show just how grateful I am to have you there. You're the best reinforcements I could ask for. In conclusion, one of my favorite vloggers on YouTube, John Green of the Vlog Brothers, link below, says that the creative work is best when it's not done for fame or fortune, but when it's approached as a sort of gift. Mom, this one's for you. Best wishes for Mother's Day, and don't forget to be awesome. Peace.